Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to King Track and Field Stadium. I'm Carson Watkins with you today on a beautiful day for some soccer here in even more beautiful Huntington, Indiana. Today we got a matchup between the Huntington Foresters and the 8th ranked Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats have come to the Forest. Foresters certainly have a handful today, especially with Jackie Norris out there for the Wildcats. She has been credited with 10 goals and 6 assists, 26 points on the year. Has taken 31 total shots, 20 of them being on goal. So she's not afraid to shoot, and Ireland Arnie's certainly going to have to watch out for that. Two other Wildcats have had 5 goals each. Sydney Brown and Mallory Cougar, and Sarah Folk with 7. So there's a lot of high power from these strikers, and the Foresters are going to certainly have to watch out for that today. In terms of the Foresters, right now they have 2 leading goal scorers, Ashlyn Patrick with 3, and Courtney McCown with 3 as well. The Foresters are certainly going to have to control the pace and keep the ball away from the Wildcats, avoid turnovers, and protect Ireland Arnie and do not put this entire game on her. And while we're at the story of the goalkeepers today, starting goal obviously for the Foresters, Ireland Arnie. She has played 964 minutes so far this year. She has 98 saves on the year. We'll see her get to 100. She's 3-4 with 4 ties right now and 3 shutouts. And what a time for her to break 500 and get that 4th win. And we're off here. A beautiful 77-degree day. Winds coming 10 miles an hour out of the south. But you can barely feel it. And Indiana Wesleyan will get it started off here early with a quick throw-in. This throw-in will be taken by Lauren Turner. 4 goals on the year, 2 assists. Cougars charging the box early. This one with a cross, and it gets away. Large Indiana Wesleyan crowd here today to take in this matchup, as Arnie's going to get a goal kick. Arnie skies that one, and it's headed away. That will be Forester ball. Throw-in coming for the Foresters, wearing their pinstripe jerseys today. Indiana Wesleyan rocked in their reds. Foul called there on the Wildcats. Foresters getting ready for their free kick, and there it is. That one skied into the box, headed away, but the Foresters have some prime real estate. Sanderson's going to make a charge on this one, but it will be cleared. Throw-in coming here from Madison Pamakata. That one blocked away, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And that'll actually be a Wildcat throw-in. Slight collision there, neither girl deterred. Moving into the box here, and that was going to be kicked away. A little bit of a scrum there, and Sanderson has it as the Forester defense comes out to their side on that one. Sanderson passes it back to Pamakata. That ball sailed to the middle of the field. A lot of green ahead. Was going to be taken here by the Wildcats, but it gets intercepted by the Foresters and cleared yet again. Wildcat defense is going to get this ball back. Sanderson has it back to Pamakata. Foresters waiting for a throw in here. They're going to get it. Wildcats charging the box here. Going to make Ireland do some work. That one goes wide right. Goal kick coming here for... So it's going to be a corner kick. Well, the confusion is going to cause a delay. That ball's headed away. And the Wildcats get another throw in here. Wildcats near the box. That one hits the crossbar. The Wildcats retain possession. They have to save this one. That one went out of bounds. The Foresters get a throw in here near the Wildcats box. Foresters say they're looking for a big push here. Sanderson dishes it off. That one's passed back to Arnie. Foresters got to reset here. Push-up coming here from the Wildcats. That ball set in, and the Foresters are going to clear it. Throw in here for the Wildcats. Moved in towards the box here. Opportunity just falls off the foot of Lauren Turner, but the Wildcats still have it. That ball finally gets out of bounds. And the Foresters are going to get Wildcats are going to get a throw in here. Turner's taking it. Sydney Brown sends this one in. That ball is going to sail over. Goal kick coming for the Foresters. Waiting for the goal kick from Arnie. Ball moving towards the box. Arnie's kick gets blocked there. The kick was blocked by Jackie Norris. That ball sailed in one-on-one right here. It's going to go a little bit wide, and that kick sailed way over the crossbar. Wildcats get it away from the Forester strikers. Sanderson attacks. Who's the official going to say that one was out on? He's going to give that ball to the Wildcats. Turner wasting no time. Foresters do get it back though. Wildcats charging the box here. This one gets sent in. Arnie picks that one up off of the kick from Turner. Just wait for a scorekeeper's decision to see if Arnie is credited with a save there. That would be her first of the game. Waiting for a Forester throw in here. We can read it out. They're going to send it back to the defense now. Takes an awkward spill, and now it's going to be for the Wildcats, and that will be a goal kick from the Foresters. foul called on the Wildcats. Someone lost a shoe. A little bit of pause in the action. The clock is stopped at 31 minutes. And we'll resume play. Charging in here. Here come the Cougars. A little bit of a ball mishandle. Let's Arnie scoop that one up. For save 99 on the year. That one was powerful going back. Foresters get another throw in. Palmacata is going to take it. Substitution now. Wildcats attempting to juggle on the defense. That ball falls out. Wildcats charging into the box, and that one's cleared by the Foresters. Corner kick incoming, but I did say before this game started, the Foresters were going to have to take the pressure off Ireland Arnie. That's exactly what they did right there. She's ready to make the save, but the Forester defender was right there to kick that one away. Exactly what the Foresters want to do if they want to upset the Wildcats. Arnie swats that out of the air. Open lane here, and someone got a hand on it. A little bit of confusion near the net. Forester defense! Ball's all over the place, and the Forester defense clears it. Do your job. Every Forester just did their job right there, but the Wildcats are still in possession of this ball. That one sails out. Give a lot of credit to the Forester defense right there. Corner kick incoming. It sails in. That one's high. Arnie slaps it away. And the Foresters clear it. That ball sailed out for a Wildcat throw-in. Wildcats dribbling around the Forester defenders. Foresters get to that one and keep it away. That ball's out of bounds for a Wildcat throw-in. Whistle sounds. Foresters get the ball back. That ball sailed in, and Arnie's going to scoop that one up with no resistance. Just under 25 minutes to go in this half. The Foresters have kept the potent Wildcat offense at bay, but not a lot of opportunities for the Foresters so far. They're going to Foresters hadn't spent much time near their own box. See what the coach draws up to fix that. Blocked here. One-on-one opportunity. Wildcats moving in, and Arnie gets another easy save. That's save number 100 for her on the season. Ball kicked back to the defense. Ball moved towards the box. The Foresters are right there for it though, and it will sail out of bounds. Now the Wildcats have the ball in their own box. That one sails, and that one goes wide to the left. Corner kick incoming here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest as this corner comes in. Sails way over the net, and Arnie scoops this one up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, late but always worth the wait. Dylan Herring now on color. Dylan, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Carson. Appreciate that I'm worth the wait. That's very nice of you to say such a thing.
I know. Don't get used to it now, Dylan.
All right, I'll try not to, Carson.
Dylan, so far the Wildcats offense has been has been stuffed at bay by the Foresters. The Foresters have not had very many opportunities on offense. They're going to have to attempt to fix that real soon.
All right, well, we'll see how they try to attack that, Carson. What do you think they need to do to
Well, for one, they just
happen?
make it in the most simplistic of terms. They just need to get in their own box. The Indiana Wesleyan goalkeeper today, Hope Stacker, has barely had to do any work except for stepping outside the box and inside the box. They're going to have to make her work a little bit. She hasn't been credited with a save. No Foresters have gotten a shot on goal yet. They're playing great defense, but unless you're playing for the draw today, you don't want to do that.
Looks like Foresters got to try to find a way to attack, be a little more aggressive, as we see going on right here. But that Wildcat defense, pretty good. so far.
Sanderson attempted a pass here. It was intercepted. Now moving up the field, Jackie Norris, Wildcats' leading goal scorer. The Forester defense comes up again. Now, Dylan, I said in the pregame show that if the Foresters had a chance to win today, this Indiana Wesleyan team is 8th ranked in the country. They were going to have to take a little bit of the pressure off Ireland Arnie. That was something that they struggled with in their game against Spring Arbor. Arnie ended up having about 10 to 15 saves, if I recall correctly, and gave up 5 goals. But that's not a winning strategy. Quite, once again, simplistic of terms. But the Forester defense has kept the pressure off Arnie so far.
Yeah, that's good. Kind of maybe trying some new things as the ball makes it there. Maybe try to figure out some new solutions to some issues that they're looking at, and maybe coach has some new strategies, or maybe there's some scattering reports we don't know about when it comes to IWU that could try some different attempts here and see what they can make work, and as they're growing as a team. So
yeah, this is a incredibly young Forester squad. Not a lot of upperclassmen on the team yet, which is good for the future of this program in the next few years in this incredibly tough Crossroads League.
yeah, you got that right, Carson. Soccer in general, between the men and women's, have always been super competitive in the Crossroads League. Some really good teams, a lot of teams that have made some national runs, including the Forsters, and it's always I guess a good game to watch when it's a conference match for Crossroads League.
I agree with you 100%, Dylan. This ball moved into the box yet again, and Sanderson has this one with a lot of green ahead of her. An opportunity to dribble this ball for a little bit. Passed off to McCown.
McCown tried to get a little touch around her. If you saw that, she tried to lead herself on and kind of run the other way, and was just not quite fast enough.
McCown has 3 goals this year, tied up with Ashlyn Patrick for the most goals on this Forester team. Foresters have some substitutions waiting too, as they attempt to go into the halftime with the momentum.
Yeah, Carson, you're talking about Ashton Patrick and Courtney McCone, and they're really aggressive. Just notice that the Wildcat defense is very tough. So hopefully they can adapt and try to find a new strategy to kind of get around them and get some shots on goal.
Madison Palmakeda takes that one away, and it just rolls out of bounds for a corner kick for the Wildcats.
A good work by Palmakeda to just kind of get it out of there and get a chance to set up defense here as they take this corner kick.
Foresters have defended 3 corner kicks today without a goal. And that one goes flying. That one's way over, and a whistle sounds. Looks like the Foresters will get the ball back. And they will. Must be a foul call in the box. So Arnie gets a goal kick. 17:40 remaining.
Carson, you kind of hear some chattering out there in the field. Definitely a lot of communication going on. Teams have to communicate well if they want to try to adapt to tough situations, like a great Wildcat defense. And we'll see how they kind of work with that.
I think one thing I'd like to see from the Foresters is a lot of times the Wildcats will play the ball back to their defense, and the Foresters kind of stand by and wait until the ball crosses the field, as you can kind of see right here. But the Wildcat, I think I'd like to see them be a little bit more aggressive and attack them and try to get an open look with the keeper.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they're listening, Carson. Maybe they have an earpiece and they go, "This is what Carson Watson wants to happen." So
we're not the Houston Astros. We don't do that around here.
They're gonna see if maybe they know your strategy, Carson.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have to just leave a little note in the locker room like, hey, by the way, this might be a good idea.
Yeah, right.
Good ball handling there. Wildcats get the ball back, charging in here. Someone's dragged down. A couple people are dragged down, waiting for some kind of call. If you're the Foresters, you're hoping that's not a penalty because I think that would constitute a penalty kick. A Forester and a Wildcat both went down.
It didn't really look like much was intentional. I think everyone was being aggressive, but it was kind of one of those trip situations. Granted, I'm not entirely sure. We only have so much vision from here.
Yeah, it looks like it will be a corner kick, so no call is even given. They're just going to count the ball out of bounds and go with that. That ball sailed in yet again. Wildcats have an opportunity off the post. Wildcats incredibly unlucky there on a perfect opportunity, just hit the post. And that one sails out of bounds. Goal kick incoming. Actually, no, it will be a corner kick and a whole lot of substitutions right now. 5 Wildcats and 3 Foresters coming into this game.
Bring in the reinforcements, Carson.
Yeah, we'll just let PA announcer Langston Ginder deal with that, and you'll hear him on the boom mic, and as Langston tries to sort all that out.
I believe if you look at when we get a chance later, and you'll see in center field, in the center of the field, not center
midfield.
field, midfield. Yeah. Excuse me. So there is a man in a blue shirt and jeans out there named Matt Tucker. He's an intern for the Athletics. He will text the people at the table and let them know who's coming out on the field so they don't have to try to spot numbers and things of that nature. So
Matt has the best job out here today. He just gets to stand there and text them. So
yeah, he gets to let them know substitutions.
And that's the job I need. I don't know what I'm doing here calling the game. That's nice. I want to be able to
That's
stand
okay,
there.
Carson. We like having you around
Well,
here.
that's the nicest thing you've ever said about me, Dylan. I
now.
really appreciate it.
Hey, we're trying to spread the love here on FTN Sports.
Madison Pamakata has this one. They dish it away. That ball's out of bounds. Foresters are going to get a throw in.
Wildcats are making it tough to even get it past midfield whatsoever.
Yeah, they've been like that all game.
Really tough defense.
Yeah, you don't become the 8th-rate team in the country by accident. I think you have to watch out for that. Speaking of important matchups, though, tonight, a lot of the men's soccer team has joined us out here this afternoon as they wait to take their bus trip to Indiana Wesleyan in a game that holds significant playoff implications. The Foresters are currently tied in 2nd place with the Taylor Trojans, who are taking on Bethel this evening. Foresters can come out with a win. They'll have a 2-point lead. If Bethel can beat Taylor, they'll have a 2-point lead with the 2nd place coming into Marion this Saturday right here on FDN Sports.
Yeah, the men's team has some big games this week. You mentioned that game, Carson. I believe there's a game on Saturday as well that is also a big game for them. I believe, like you said, they play Marion. Is that correct?
That's
they play
correct.
Marion this weekend.
Yep.
Big conference matches. I was talking to James Lighton, one of the guys on the team. I work in the mailroom with him. He said that those are some 2 big games that they got to really buckle down and I guess play their best. Try to get some wins.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty self-explanatory as Ireland gets a nice kick out there midfield.
Yeah,
And
you mentioned it. Last
Yeah.
year, the Foresters lost their home field advantage on the last couple of days of the season after Indiana Wesleyan had a COVID issue, and the game had to be a no contest. The Foresters lost a couple potential points there. They had to go to Spring Arbor and unfortunately got bounced in the first round. So Coach Lawson was none too happy about not winning it all again.
I get it, absolutely.
So he went out and got a pretty good recruiting class, and now they're contenders yet again. But that Bethel team is incredibly good, and they will actually be here not this Saturday, but the following Saturday for what seems to possibly be the game of the year at this point.
A lot of games in October. Stay tuned. There's plenty of games to watch. We've got 3 specifically this weekend, if you consider Friday night to be this weekend. I know in my brain Friday night is this weekend. So
Absolutely.
we've got some Forster volleyball on Friday night, got some Forster volleyball on Saturday afternoon, and we've got men's soccer on Saturday afternoon. So stay tuned, catch a game, sit down, enjoy it, and, cheer on for the Forsters.
Right here on FTN Sports.
Right here on FTN Sports.
Just a little over 11 minutes remaining in this one. Like we said, Dylan, the Forester offense really hasn't had very much opportunity today as that ball sails out of bounds for another Wildcat throw. And this Wildcat defense is just suffocating. The Foresters really have very little chances to even get the ball across the midfield, let alone in the box. They've had no corner kicks, no shots on goal. So at this point, if you're the Foresters, I mean, you might just have to start taking a risk and trying to shoot it from a handful of yards out. Not going to happen here as the Wildcats defense do get the ball back.
Yeah, Hope Stacker, the goalkeeper for Iwu, is probably getting a little stiff out there, not getting a lot of opportunities to.
She has her hands on her hips right now.
She's kind of taking a break, maybe trying to guide and communicate out on the field and tell her teammates what she's seeing. But other than that, she's not really getting a lot of work in today. So
yeah,
we'll see
if she's first in line for the water cart in the locker room, her teammates might give her a dirty glare.
Maybe so. Very specific scenario there to think about.
It was like when I used to run for 200 yards during recess, and then the people who colored were telling me to get away from the water fountain after I was put on some MVP-worthy performances.
Right. Absolutely. Carson Watkins, middle school football player, MVP.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
In the recess Super Bowl.
My one interception in middle school football has defined my life, so
I bet.
I'll take it. That ball is going to be a goal kick there. Talked a lot about Ireland Arney today. She's had a great season so far. She's been the only keeper to play for the Foresters so far this year. Maddie Moan took a red shirt in an attempt to gain a year of eligibility and come back next year. So Arney's taken a lot of the load.
And Riley Voss is currently injured.
There's that as well. So
I know Riley got some time last year and made some improvements, but as far as we know, she's injured at the moment. She's out there on crutches. And I believe she's doing a lot better, though, since the beginning of the season. So my guess is that she's out for the season. I haven't had a chance to talk to her much about it, but I know she's had some foot issues in the past, and that was tough for her this past season. So I think she was just trying to get better so she can spend her last 2 years to really do something for this program.
Yeah, Arney she's officially hit 100 minutes on the year with 100 saves on the year. She's averaging a goal and a half a game, which I think if that loss to Spring Arbor that we talked about was taken out, it'd probably be under a goal a game. So she has taken this role that she's been given and handled it masterfully. A surprising foul call there from the official. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this one. It's still 0-0, but the Wildcats are going to try to boot this one in from just away from midfield. And actually, they're going to send it back, catch the Foresters off guard. Bowden took that one. Interesting strategy there, Dylan, to not send it into the box.
Yeah, I think they're pretty confident in their offense and kind of setting up formations and possibly executing some plays that can get them a better look, as opposed to just trying to get the ball in the in the box and trying to see if they can score. So they're ranked as they are for a reason, Carson.
Yep. Corner incoming here. Christy Bowden will take it yet again. As that one did not go near the net, so the Foresters are able to clear it. They send it back into the box for the defense. The Foresters will be right there for this one. Forster's defense still playing incredibly well right now. Also, one thing to take into factor, Dylan, weather conditions has changed a lot in this 45-minute period. When the game started, it was sunny and a little hot out, but the clouds have covered up the sun. It's gotten pretty cool, and now there's a 60% chance of rain in the next hour or so. Something the teams are going to have to contend with.
Yeah, absolutely. I know our broadcast has to contend with it as well, as clouds kind of overcast. We had a sunny start and an overcast
end of the half.
scene at the end of the half here as we're approaching that, and it's a little tough to expose that every once in a while, but
I want to thank our great technical director, Matt Fouts, and our great camera lady, Joy Heisey, for their hard work today.
our camera operator,
My apologies.
Joy Heisey, she's been putting in a lot of work. She directed the last game on Saturday, did a great job. So we're always thankful that she's willing to step up in some key roles and get the work done. So big thanks to her. And of course, everyone's favorite Carson Watkins, who calls just about every game in the fall. So
I try my best.
we appreciate you to stick around here.
Well, thank you. And you're a great producer. You work really hard, and you and your 2 jobs, along with your
You know,
coursework.
Carson, now's not the time to kiss my butt. So I'm just kidding. Iwu here, still kind of a big wall of defense here, and not really giving the Forcers an opportunity to even get a shot off. So Forcer offense got to work harder or find a new way to score. So.
And I think one thing is this team has just made vast improvements so far this year. Right now, like I said earlier, they struggled against the number 4 ranked Spring Arbor, but I said during that broadcast that this is the time to learn from that, and they certainly, you can tell they have. This Indiana Wesleyan team is right there with Spring Arbor, and the Foresters have handled them masterfully so far. Right now,
hard collision there, Sarah Disbro. With you could kind of hear that one.
Yeah, she's tough. She's back up.
She is tough.
So now the Foresters are getting back into it. This win would mean a lot for the Foresters. Right now they are on the outside looking in at the playoff picture. But with a win today, they could tie for the 7th spot with Goshen and Taylor. And right now tied for first is Indiana Wesleyan and Spring Arbor with 12 points each.
Once again, Carson, a lot of communication out there in the field. This team trying to adapt and overcome some struggles here. Foresters are trying to work through the defense. Honestly, we don't say it enough when talking about the Wildcat defense the whole time, but the Foresters are also doing a good job of playing defense, but the Wildcats have just had a few more opportunities to score, so obviously they're going to try to prevent that, but close game, big defensive game right now that we're seeing.
Just under 3 to go now. Don't write off a goal being scored before the end of the half. That ball moved towards the box, and Arnie has possibly her easiest scoop up of the day. That's another thing, just crediting the Forester defense. Arnie really hasn't had to make anything rather too difficult. Most of her saves have just been kind of easy pickups or slow rollers in because of how well this Forester defense is performing.
Good attempt there. Try to get the ball down the field. Maybe catch a run.
Charging here by the Wildcats. This one moves in. Arnie off her thigh! My goodness!
Yeah, Carson, she was kind of guessing there. Didn't really know where the ball was going. And
Caught
she
the
went one way, the ball went the other way, and she managed to stop it still. Sometimes you want to ask if that's intentional or if that's just
were you
kicking the ball into the goalie, or
yeah, were you?
sometimes you never know.
Yeah, Arnie with the luckiest break of the day, potentially. I thought that one was in. I mean, it hit off her around
Looked
her
like
knee.
around her knee, maybe shin area.
And the fact that it was so powerful that it kind of bounced off as this one's headed in, and corner kick coming. Forrester touched it. 1:11 remaining. That ball kicked in yet again. Arnie hits it away. She's done that quite a few times today. I think that was about the 7th corner kick the Foresters have had to contend with today, and we'll say it once, we'll say it again. The defense has just showed up.
Absolutely, Carson.
Thought I saw a handball there. They're not going to give it to them. Wildcats trying to make something happen before the half. 30 seconds to go. Also got to give credit to this Wildcat offense, and you saw it right there. Forrester kind of got clipped there. Arnie scoops that one into the bread basket and falls on it with 12 seconds remaining, and that should do it for the half.
Looks like they're going to kill the clock here, and Arnie's going to take her time.
It is 0-0, 3 seconds to go. The kick finally gets off, and the horn sounds. A good defensive half of soccer.
We'll see what Coach Lewis tries to draw up here for the Foresters to see if there's any way they can kind of get through the defense. So far, not looking too hot. The question of the game right now is whose defense is going to break down first, and right now the Forester defense looks like it's breaking down.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, Carson.
We'll have to contend with that. Maybe a 15-minute rest will do good for them, and it'll do good for us too. We'll be back here on FDN Sports for some halftime analysis. Indeed. That ball's crossed in. That ball rolls in! And with only 30 seconds into the half, the Wildcats get on the board. Well, I'm going to assume the halftime adjustments have worked.
Yeah, I'd say they figured something out, Carson, because they came right into that and scored with, like you said, within 30 seconds. Well, if you want to be technical, really it was 31.
I think
seconds.
the clock rolled a little bit more than it was supposed to.
Maybe so, but we'll never know. But what we do know is that Iowa is already starting out aggressive. They're already scoring. Not maybe the flashiest goal, but definitely the most effective.
Yeah, I think the Foresters might have been a little upset there. It looked like Palmakeda got pushed over and it wasn't called, but the Foresters are going to have to get rid of that. They're going to have to get rid of that mentality, and now they have to play a little bit more urgent. And we were talking about how the Foresters didn't have very many offensive opportunities, but looking at the stats, the offensive opportunities were 0. There were none. No shots on goal. Indiana Wesleyan has not recorded a save. So, yeah, pretty interesting day for the Wildcat defense.
That one's off the post there. Iowa was they're going after it right now, Carson. They're dealing a lot of damage here and not afraid to get where they need to be to score.
Yeah, they're currently second in the Crossroads League standings, and they're going to try to do whatever it takes to find a point up on Spring Arbor. And that's what's going to have to take. They're going to have to do so. For a quick rule reminder, it's 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and no points for a loss. So Wildcats certainly cannot lose at all. They're going to have to be pretty much perfect.
Now, Carson, you're talking points. People might get confused with goals in this game. Talk about points and what that looks like for the Crossroads League.
Yeah, so kind of like what I explained is if you win a game in the Crossroads League, you get 2 points. If you draw, you get 1 point, and
right.
If you lose, you get 0 points. So if you win 10-0, you only get 2 points in the score in the standings. So right now, Indiana Wesleyan and Spring Arbor both have 12 points. So what I'm saying is neither team can draw or lose if they want to try to fight for that #1 seed.
Right.
And home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Yep.
Right now, the Foresters are in 9th place with a single point, but are only 1 win away from in a 3-way tie for 7th. Foresters have made the tournament the last 3 years, I believe. I believe in 7th or 8th place. They have not played a home playoff game since I've been here. And here comes the charge from the Wildcats. They're going to move the ball into the box. Like you said, being pretty aggressive. And another goal! They are not messing around, Dylan. Jackie Norris gets her 11th on the year.
Yeah, Carson, a good series of passes that led to that goal. So you hear, it sounds like some Iowa fans with a horn. That's always fun.
There's a name for it. It starts with a B. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
A bugle?
No, it's not exactly a bugle.
Carson said, no, those are those chips that you eat. I'm just kidding. No, like I said, a good series of passes there. Kind of jumping around across. Got a good pass in, got another good pass in. And that's always makes for a good goal, Carson.
Yeah. So yeah, those halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
Must have really worked. So now the Foresters, not even 5 minutes into this half, face a 2-point deficit. And the Wildcats are not letting off the gas at this point.
They're going to keep attacking, Carson. They're not afraid to run up the score and secure those 2 points for the day.
Ashlyn Patrick has this one, as that one's kicked away and it sails out of bounds for Forester throw-in. Looking for the pass there. They eventually find it. Courtney McCown has it. She tried to pass it to Patrick, and it was taken, but the Wildcats slipped past them. So now Ashlyn Patrick will take a throw in. I think one thing is, you mentioned about them running up the score. As I said before, we're looking at a potential rain here in the next 40 minutes. So
Matt Fouts, our director here, actually showed me his phone as you said 40 minutes, looked at me and said, now. So we should be expecting something now. Maybe look at the radar one more time. But if we do sense a hard enough rain that the game is not necessarily going to be played, we're going to have to take precautions with our equipment. Yeah, the radar, it's on the way. There's a whole wave coming.
yeah, it's like it's
Wish
hovering
we could
hovering
show you,
above us.
but we can't. It's getting there. It'll be here in the next 15 minutes or so, I'm sure.
Welcome to the new meteorology department of FDN Sports.
Yeah, we part of news. But
I hope Adam Widener's proud of us. We've incorporated meteorology into our broadcast.
right. So as a precaution, we got to make sure that we're taking good care of our equipment so we can bring more broadcast to you guys. So the stream may end early, depending on rain.
And if the Foresters can get 2 goals. The good thing is it's mostly green, so it might just be a sprinkle. Did I ever tell you the story about my very first homecoming here at Huntington University, Dylan?
I don't think so, no.
So what happened was it was against Bethel. It was a men's soccer game, and right after the start of the second half, the whistle sounded, and the official pointed towards the southeast side of the stadium and saw lightning right above the gas station. So you can hear the wind picking up. At that point, then director-producer Bray Snyder said, "Oh, we'll be fine. Let's just move the table back." So we did. I moved my camera back. We moved the table back. And then the rain came directly into the booth. So right then, Bray handed me the computer and said, "Start running stuff in." So I spent 20 minutes running equipment in under my shirt so it didn't get wet. And it was a successful mission. That game ended up finishing without us broadcasting it because they started it earlier than they were supposed to after the lightning delay. But yeah, first homecoming here at Huntington University.
That sounds fun.
Thank you, Dylan.
Bray Snyder, you talk about Bray Snyder. Let's give him a little talk about here. Bray is currently working at Purdue Fort Wayne. He's kind of the media producer there for all things sports. I had the great opportunity of working with him this past summer for the Fort Wayne Tin Caps.
Caps on?
Caps on. And we it's nice to kind of talk and see how things have changed within FDN Sports. It's kind of nice to talk to see what kind of stuff he's doing and incorporating at Purdue Fort Wayne. As you see here, Alex Bryant's on the floor. It's kind of on the ground.
They're going to play through it.
They're going to keep playing, though. There's no stoppage of play currently.
Foresters probably don't want that as they have the ball in their box, but the minute they get on defense, they're probably going to have to sound the whistle. The official's standing right parallel to her, and they're going to sail that one. Foresters are going to let it clear, as I think we're going to get the stoppage of play now, and there it is. And the trainers trainers are going to come onto the field.
Yeah, we'll kind of take this time as a break. We hope Alex Bryant's okay. We're going to kind of take this time. I'm going to keep talking about Bray Snyder working at Purdue Fort Wayne, kind of bringing that back up. And he's kind of talking to me all the sports that they have to cover there. They get a few broadcasts on ESPN, which is pretty cool. And he's done a lot for FDN Sports specifically, a lot of things that he's kind of passed down to me, things of that nature. Really good guy. After him was Kobe Solms. Some of you might know Kobe as well, as Alex Bryant is getting off the field. We're going to hope that she's okay, and there's nothing too serious.
Yeah.
But like I said, Kobe Solms, and then Miranda Gauss, our producer last year, and now me. So a lot of people have been working here with FDN Sports. A lot of cool people and are out in the workforce right now doing some cool stuff. There's some other people before Bray that I've had the opportunity to meet as well. That it's been a pretty good opportunity. Cool to kind of see how things have changed technologically, graphically, even just crew and whatnot, and commentators and things like that. So
Proud tradition at FTN Sports.
So we're gonna kind of
Get
take
ready.
a look as Alex Bryant's finally made it off the field. We wish the best for her and hope that she's okay. But the Forcers are gonna get things started here again.
I am a I have officially declared myself an amateur meteorologist, but I am not a amateur athletic trainer, so I will not speculate.
Yeah, I cannot quite pinpoint what's going on.
If you saw, I'm not sure. She was limping, but I think her head also hurt too. So if that's what it appeared to me. But we'll see right here as Arnie kicks that one away. Wide open goal! And the Wildcats tag another one on.
And the Wildcats will just not go away, Carson.
They will
Kind of
not-
deflected off of Ireland there, Ireland Arnie, and then stuck with it and scored the goal. Persistence is key is what you hear sometimes, Carson. Perseverance. And I was just not giving them a break. Wildcats are looking good now with,
Kylie Amon has that goal.
yeah, Kylie. Good shot by her.
Good read by her too, just to find the wide open
Right.
net. As it is now 3-0, even though the scoreboard is not showing that quite yet.
At least the scoreboard here at King Track and Field Stadium.
Yeah.
The graphic is correct. Props to Matt Fouts for keeping that updated.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the baseball players who usually work that are away at practice, waiting for their new stadium, waiting for their
Waiting for their new stadium.
yeah, waiting for their turf to come in. So I do miss watching baseball practice at Forest Glen Park, but it'll be nice to catch some more games at Forest Glen Park this year with the emergence of turf.
Absolutely.
So 3-0 now. So I think it's your bowling coach on the scoreboard now. What's that all about?
Mr. Mike Shockey.
That's the name,
he
thank you.
is. I think you meant that he's operating it.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. On it, I was confused for a second there.
Okay, yeah.
Did he
Terrible
spell
wording.
his name out there, or
Yeah.
looked at our graphic? Did Fouts put him out there? Matt Fouts and I are bowlers. We enjoy having Mike around. And Mike does a pretty good job around here trying to stay on top of things and make sure things are going smoothly.
Yep.
It's nice to see his face around campus.
Yes,
This is
it
his
is.
second year as a full-time coach. Great opportunity for him.
Yeah. How's your bowling season going, by the way, Dylan? You had a tournament this weekend.
We don't have one this weekend. We've decided not to bowl in the Western Shootout in Indianapolis, but we did have a tournament the past 2 weekends. So last weekend we were in Mount Vernon, Ohio for the first Crossroads League Championship. So that's interesting. And the girls won it, which was great for the Forcers. And us guys, we were in second a majority of the day, and I believe we dropped to third after the last set. Just kind of a lot of tough challenges out there on the lanes. A little difficult, but we're working in practice, try to improve on those things and try to be ready for those situations. So our next tournament, I believe, is in Columbus, Ohio for the Ohio State Buckeye Baker Classic. And that's always a fun tournament to go to. We've won that tournament twice in the program, and I think we'd have a good shot at winning it again. So excited for that.
A high degree of confidence coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the kind of the thing about bowling is we don't really always bowl against NAIA schools that you might think. So we will bowl against other schools like Ohio State and Purdue and Wichita State and stuff like that. As rain is starting to fall.
There it is. Yep.
We're
And the crowd disperses
covered
too.
and protected. So we might stick this out unless the rain gets harder. And we'll see how it goes.
And/or closer to our equipment. Oh, this has been a long 10 minutes of this half to start off. 34 minutes remaining. As the Wildcats move into the box, whistle sounds as a foul will be called on the Wildcats, and the foul call. Now Arnie will go get a goal kick.
Yeah, Carson, in the meantime, I'm going to sneak down there and grab our boom mic just to make sure it doesn't get too wet in the rain.
That's a good idea.
So you're going to have to fly solo without me. Think you can do it?
I think I can do it. I did
I
it for
think
20 minutes of
yep,
this game.
You did. You did.
And we'll hear from Dylan Herring once he grabs our boom mic. It's gotta be. I was actually talking to our great camera operator here before the game, and it was rather hot. We were sweating a little bit when we first started today, but now that has subsided, and we are a little chilly. But I think we should be a little bit grateful because as kickoff today was 75 degrees for our men's game on Saturday. Kickoff is currently scheduled to be 50 degrees, a 25-degree difference, and good old northeastern Indiana. Ball. Goal kick coming here for Island Arnie. Has another goal kick for Arnie. She sets up here, 31 minutes remaining. That ball sailed into the box, and the Forcers, and that one's a high kick. And it goes over to the near the fence. The rain picks up a little bit. Out of the blue, the whistle sounds. That will not, wondering if that might be the stoppage of play, but it will just be for a substitution. Yeah, it's really coming down now. The crowd is beginning to disperse. But the Indiana Wesleyan offense is not going to give up. It's always nice to have a little canopy. I believe we play. That's a high kick, a long kick, but it will sail out of bounds. Another goal kick coming here as another whistle sounds. That will bring in some more substitutions. Apparently no lightning has been spotted, so we play on. The top 4 Crossroads League teams are all ranked. Spring Arbor's 4th. Like I said, Indiana Wesleyan is 8th. Marion 6th. And Grace 15th. Throw in here for the Foresters. Another substitution comes in. Throw in here. That one goes back. Rain stopped a little bit. Pass in here. That one's blocked away by the Foresters. Rain has slowed down a little bit. Might come in waves. We'll see. McCown's kick goes a little wide for Sanderson. Ball being passed around here by the defense. Guess also get out of the way from that one. Hope Stacker getting her second bit of action of the half and also of the day. She kicks that one away. Ashlyn Patrick has this one as the Forest try to get a goal. That one goes up for McCown, but it gets away. Welcome back, Dylan.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How you feeling?
Staying dry.
Nice.
I literally ran right in there before it started hitting harder with the rain, so we're We're surviving. We're doing great.
Good timing, and the rain has
Yeah.
somewhat subsided.
Right. So that's good.
Yeah. 23 minutes remaining in this one. The Wildcats have taken a commanding 3-point lead,
And
and
it sounds like the rain has subsided, but the Wildcats have not. They are still going strong. So we will continue to see them be aggressive as the Forcers are trying to find a look. But the defense not really let them get there.
Forgers got near the box for the first time today a few minutes ago, but the Wildcats were right there ready for that one. I'm certainly glad I wore this long sleeve shirt, though.
Oh, yeah, you're worried about being all cold and chilly?
Yeah. Don't want to be cold while you're calling the game.
Yep, that's right. That's my philosophy. I always say that all the time. Don't want to be cold while calling the game. That's right.
Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, just wanted to affirm you.
You ever have any bad rainouts at Parkview Field that you had to sit through?
Yeah, actually, as part of the interns, you have, as full-time staff, you have to help pull the tarp out and put it on the field and take it off.
I did not. I was unaware of this.
You actually bring an extra set of clothes potentially to change into in case you get soaked. I would walk out there barefoot every once in a while instead of wearing, if I accidentally wore a pair of shoes and forgot, wore a pair of shoes I didn't want to get wet, I would go down barefoot and we'd walk on the tarp. Everyone walks out there. There's a specific distance that you go and you fold it up and things like that. And honestly, it kind of sucked because there were times where we'd have some rain delays that you'd be out till midnight, working a game and stuff like that.
Stoppage of play. Looks like both teams are going towards their benches. Might have to get an explanation here from athletic sports information director Joanne Green, and it looks like
maybe they're calling the game. I know they're very particular about taking care of the field. Why don't we take a break here, Carson, on FDN Sports?
I'll go find out what's going on.
And we'll find out. We'll do some investigation. Instead of Carson Watkins, you can call him Carson Watson and call me Sherlock Holmes. This is FDN Sports. So I was just informed that right now there's a delay. Stoppage of play. I know they're very particular about maintaining the field and making sure it doesn't get torn up, and as the field gets more wet, it's easier to do so. We'll keep you guys updated, but as of right now, I believe it's just a 30-minute delay. So stick around, grab something to eat if you're hungry, and enjoy the break. So, welcome back to FTN Sports. They have a while to make a decision, but from our end, for the sake of technology and our equipment, and also our time and resources as students, I, the producer of FTN Sports, Dylan Herring, has decided to call the broadcast.
Make a
This
ruling.
is it. This is out. We're done. Thank you, though, who all watched to this point forward. Hopefully they can continue play here soon and everyone can stay safe.
If you want to watch the, if you want to look for the final score, it should be on H_Athletics on Twitter and at h2athletics.com.
Yes, check out the website. There's also play-by-play on the NAIA website, which is linked on hu-athletics.com. There should be a live stats thing, and they're trying to figure out the horn right now.
It
which
keeps just sounding.
we think
maybe
there's
it's a-
some sort
maybe
of
it's a
electrical short. So
It's a sign from the soccer gods to conclude this
right.
game.
Anyway, on that note, Carson, thanks for your help. Everyone here in the crew, Matt Fouts, myself, and Joy Heisey, our wonderful camera operator. Matt's our director. I'm producer and color commentator for the day. And Carson Watkins with FTN Sports. Sign us off.
We're happy to see you. As of right now, it's 3-0. We'll see you here Friday night for some HU men's volleyball and on Saturday afternoon for some HU men's soccer. Thanks for joining us, FTN Sports.